So after seeing the trailer of RE4 Remake and the map, many fans have been wondering if the island section of the game is going to be cut from the remake. These questions have been circulating for quite some time. Some people want it cut and others don't, but here's my take on it. The military island in Resident Evil 4 from the public audience was everyone's least favorite section, and it's easy to say that since the village and castle are easily one of the biggest highlights of the entire game, and that's not an understatement. And that's also not saying the island was bad at all. That's just how amazing those two sections were in the story. Now, let's get to the side of things of the island not being cut. Firstly, it would probably be the action being toned down by a ton. It was known for fast-paced action most of the time, with slow pacing solely because of the regenerators and other things as well. The second last chapter was complete anarchy, as the action and pacing was turned all the way up to the max, featuring our guy Mike the helicopter pilot. I'm going to need some RIPs in the comment section for him. The U3 boss fight I found extremely underrated. There were great tense feelings of wondering where he was going to pop up, whether if it was in front of you, behind you, or up above trying to snap your neck in half. Even in his scorpion form, he was still menacing, and the battlefield you were on after was a good environment to have the second part of the boss fight. And then we had the Krauser stuff, and we know how great that was. And the Iron Maidens we encountered as well. I suspect the Anarchy chapter or sequence, since I don't see Capcom going back to the chapter format, to be toned down heavily or just to be completely scrapped. Seeing Ganados operating miniguns and rocket launchers is quite crazy to see, so I don't expect that thing to be around, but nonetheless it definitely could still be around. It could easily be overhauled into something more grounded and more horror-like, and I would be a huge fan of that. The U3 boss fight could have the same arena or just straight up being focused on the second part and dumping the cargo or container area to begin with, but for the enemy itself, it better stay in the game. I would expect the Krauser boss fight to literally feel the exact same, but maybe not having so much QTEs when he's trying to attack you in his second form, but who knows, we'll see what happens. Now we're going to be moving on to the cut side of things. I would suspect the regenerator stuff to be installed in a lab as part of the deeper half of the castle, something like the sewers with the Novistadors, but a lab that's way expanded. It could be good expanding the castle, even though in the original game it is large. Some parts from the island, like the lab being added to it, can be a cool thing to do. I have no idea where Krauser would have his place in the castle, because the island literally represented him and Sadler so well in the original game. I also would suspect that Mike would get cut from the game, so maybe it would be a good thing that we don't have to see his tragic death. Since how would he appear if you were still in the castle? So it wouldn't really make sense unless he was, gonna evacuate you and you don't escape on, a jet ski. The U3 would have an interesting approach, since I don't know where you could fight him unless you had this insane battle arena like on Gladiator or something like that and you fight him there. It's the same with Krauser, and it would be so hard to cram all that stuff in, especially if the island is cut. So, what are my thoughts? Should the island get cut from RE4 Remake?
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No.
The island had key elements that made the game great, and from what the producers are saying about how they want to add from the original, then there should be absolutely zero reason to cut the island. If anything, they're just going to tone it down and not make you feel like you're Arnold in Commando. It's an important part to the game, and I think we should all know that by now. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, whether if you think the island should get cut or not. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but more importantly, thank you everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you want more Resident Evil content in the near future. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I would really appreciate if you hit that big red button. I hope everyone has themselves a good day, a good night, and a good sleep. Take care, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, and much love.